Well, I'm here today to talk to you about Wellness Made Simple. And when I say Wellness Made Simple, I mean I'm here to guide you through all the overwhelm. And when you get a little bit lost in the weeds, trying to figure out what should I be doing to take care of myself? What vitamins should I be taking? What products should I be using? What food should I be eating? We get a little bit stuck and paralyzed, don't we? Because everyone out there has advice on what we should be doing, and the list gets longer and longer. And maybe you're even lost in appointments and pills and trying to get some answers to your health goals and how to live with more energy, better sleep, less fatigue, less discomfort in your body, more stable mental health, all of these things. And sometimes it's just hard to find your way out of the chaos of navigating that, isn't it? So we're going to simplify things and we're going to talk about what I call the foundation of your health. So I want you to think of this brick as your foundation. You're building a house, that is your health, and you have to lay a firm foundation. So we use essential oils at doTERRA. I have used them for myself and my family for 13 years. They're amazing, and we're going to talk about those today. But often people will go, well, do you have an oil for this? Do you have an oil for this? Yes. However, there's a mindset shift. We want to deal with that foundation and then build on that with really simple tools. When you're using essential oils or any other kind of, natural tool, natural, plant-based product to address a specific issue, you tend to have better results across the board when your foundation is strong. So that's why we're building on a foundation of nutrition and microbiome health, because this is at the bottom. It's at the base of everything. So doTERRA has really approached natural solutions for wellness in such a smart way. They do it basically through two different lanes, okay? And they marry together beautifully. It's foundational wellness, and that's the nutrition and microbiome, and it's foundational oils, and that's for targeted health issues. So I'm going to quickly give you a flyover overview of both of these lanes today. Now, you can deep dive into more of the science if you watch one of our bi-monthly Wellness Made Simple workshops where we have multiple teachers coming on. We go through all the science. Today is a shortened version because I want to give you a quick overview so you get what I'm talking about and why it's so cool. By the way, for watching this workshop today or this video, you can enter our July giveaway for this beautiful oil diffuser that I'm going to be sending to one of you. Stay tuned. I'm going to share with you later on how to enter in the giveaway. Okay, so let's go to that foundation. What is the foundation? Well, it is three simple products. Now, if you needed to have a strong foundation, you need a lot of things, to be honest with you. You could go down the health food aisle, and there are so many things that you need in your body to function at your most optimal state. However, doTERRA has done such a great job of formulating. They have reduced that need down to three simple daily products that work together to cover all of those bases. The first one is called VMG Plus. That's vitamins, minerals, greens, plus a whole lot of other amazing enzymes and amino acids. This is chocked full of so much goodness. Now I have to put the brick down. It's a little heavy, my visual aid. This is a greens powder drink, and it is super yummy. And I'm saying that as someone who has food sensory issues, and I'm very, very picky, and it's so yummy. It dissolves very smooth. It is like drinking a really yummy green juice smoothie. It tastes like mango pineapple. There is no vegetable taste to it at all, but it is chocked full of vegetables and amazing herbs and fruits as well. Plus just great vitamins and minerals. It's all food based so that your body absorbs it really well. And when I say absorbs it really well, I need you to hear me on this. You are not going to find another daily multivitamin that absorbs better than VMG Plus. In fact, I'm going to give you a little visual aid. Now, I'm not using slides today, So you have to bear with me on this printout right here. So what are we looking at? We're looking at just one of the nutrients in VMG, calcium. This right here is the calcium absorption with VMG. You may be wondering, well, what are these? This is a product called AG1. It is one of the most popular greens multivitamin daily vitamin drinks on the market, marketed to athletes, but now the general public. You hear ads for this all the time on YouTube, on podcasts, on social media. So you maybe have seen AG1 and it is supposed to be the most amazing. Well, look at the absorbency. The problem is it has synthetics in it and your body doesn't actually absorb it very well. This is the difference in doTERRA's VMG versus one of the most popular greens drinks on the planet, AG1. Uh, VMG absorbed all the way up to 100% on this study, and AG1 only absorbed 9.8%. This one was Centrum Adults, zero calcium absorption there. And then another popular one is Power Greens. It only absorbed 18.7%. So just, I show you this as a comparison, but we have comparisons on absorbency for many, many different vitamins. And what they have found in VMG is that it absorbs really well and for a really long time. And so you have two things. One is called bioavailability. Think that big word, just think of absorbency, okay? How available is it to your cells to absorb? VMG has a very high bioavailability because it is formulated with something called the bioavailability blend with some specific doTERRA essential oils that actually help your body to absorb it really well. So the oil blend, the bioavailability blend, when they formulated it without that, and then they put the bioavailability blend in, it increased the absorbability by 400%. That's how effective that essential oil powerful blend is in pulling those nutrients into your cells. In fact, we can look at that comparison with out the bioavailability blend and with. And on vitamin C, we saw over 400% increase on absorption of vitamin C. When they tested the vitamin E, we had over 500% increase of absorption of vitamin E. And with iron, that's an important one to me because that's been something I've always struggled to absorb. Over 600% higher absorbency with that bioavailability blend added in. But they've also added in something called liposomal formula. The liposomal formula is, I want you to think of it like a spherical encapsulation around those nutrients, and it keeps it available for absorption longer. And so when they have run tests in where are the nutrients in the blood and is it still available for the cells to absorb, most multivitamins, you have a very short window to absorb those vitamins and then it's flushed out of your system. And that's if you're absorbing any at all, because word to the wise, most vitamins on the market, you are literally flushing down the toilet. They're synthetic, they go right through you, your cells aren't getting them. But even with a good, a more bioavailable product, it's in and it's out very quick. Your cells don't have very much time, like maybe a half hour or so that it's absorbing. They kept testing the blood with VMG and they found it at full availability still 8 hours later. That's when they stopped the test. They've told us they're going to test longer in the future. They suspect it is in there even longer. And that gives us something called bioretention. Okay, so really high bioavailability, absorption, really high bioretention, length of time where your cells have access to using this. That explains a lot in my mind why I feel so good on this and why my labs are looking really good. It's tasty, it's an easy drink. You do not get pill fatigue from swallowing lots of pills. And I'm going to tell you one more thing. It has what's called methylated B vitamins in it. Now, you may or may not be familiar with that, but a lot of people have what's called an MTHFR gene mutation. In fact, they estimate probably 40% or more people have that, and 90% of those people don't even know they have that. If you have that, which we do have that in our family, we know, you have a hard time methylating or converting your vitamin Bs into a form that you can use. Okay. So you need a pre-methylated form. That's your methylated folate and other vitamin Bs. This contains methylated Bs, makes a world of difference to how you're living and feeling if you happen to be someone who has that mutation. And you don't have to know, just know your bases are covered in case you do. I love that about VMG. I'm going to read you a couple of testimonials about this hero product. This person said, my 74-year-old mom has been drinking VMG for 3 weeks and she's never felt better. She was always tired and she had a hard time getting up in the morning because she was sluggish and not motivated. Now she wakes up feeling rested and refreshed with so much energy. She loves this drink. Another one, someone said, I knew I needed to take better care of myself. I'm a healthy eater, but with my blood work looking poor, I needed help. I had been researching liquid supplements and I am so glad to have found doTERRA. I have been on VMG Plus for only 3 weeks and I feel the difference already. Now, note, she was a healthy eater, but her blood work wasn't good. That's our food sources are depleted. Our soil is depleted. That's why so many of us struggle with that foundation of our nutrition, even if we focus on healthy eating, because our food supply isn't what it used to be. So smart supplementation is essential for everyone. One more testimonial on this. This is when someone texted straight to me. She said, I am loving this VMG. It's convenient and it tastes delicious. I'm only on day 4, but I feel less inflammation in my joints. Okay, we're going to move on to the second product that is part of this foundation. Okay, so you've got your daily green drink. Now you're going to do your omega-3s in doTERRA's E Omega Plus. I love these because we're seeing actual lab results across the board. People that are already on omega-3s, even people that were on doTERRA's old formula, once they get on these, their omega levels are so much higher and in the best range possible. So I'm going to give you a visual aid here. This is the typical ratio of someone of omega-3s to omega-6s, 1 to 16. You're supposed to be 1 to 1. Now it's really easy to get omega-6s. We're exposed to them in what we're eating all the time, but we need to supplement our omega-3s. This matters for our brain health because your brain, the actual material that your neurons are made out of is omega-3s. So this is the building blocks of your brain. So if you are rebuilding neural pathways, if you're working on mental health, focus, anything like the memory, you need good omega-3s. Essential for heart health, essential for skin, essential for good organ function, and healthy joints. So I'm going to show you another picture here. Forgive me for my printouts are a little, my printer is not the greatest today. But I think you can see that. So this is on a cell wall. You can see these little shapes. They've got these little squiggly legs, and these have little kinks in them. Now, you might think this is what you want, but it's not. This is what you want. You want these little legs to have kinks in them so that it's fluid. Your actual cell walls are a little bit more movable when there's these kinks. When they're rigid like this, that's when you feel stiff. Do you struggle with feeling stiff sometimes? Well, this is your omega-3s issue. When you have these really rigid ones, you are too high in omega-6 and you don't have enough omega-3s. So having your omega-3s is going to help your cell wall to have these little kinks in it so that your body stays fluid and you can move with less stiffness. That's why it really helps with your joints. So you're going to do 3 of these and you can swallow these, but if you don't like to swallow a large pill, you can chew them. And this is fish oil, by the way, with wild orange added in. I thought you're crazy when I heard you can chew them, but you just pop them in your mouth and it bursts orange in your mouth. It just tastes like orange. It's delicious. And then you can swallow the shells or spit out the shells. So you've got options if you're helping a child to have omega-3s, just poke a little hole and squeeze it in their mouth, and they have a nice little orange burst. Done. And you just give them like maybe one. For an adult, you're going to do three. I chew them and spit out the shells every day. I'm not going to do it on camera because no one needs to see me chew them, but they are delicious. So, so good for you. And we are going to move on to our third hero product on our foundational hero product bundle. Whoops. Here I am balancing everything. That is our PB Restore. And that's it. This is your foundation. So let me tell you what is so amazing about this. This is your microbiome. Your microbiome is if your microbiome is depleted, you're going to have health issues, and most people's are depleted. So this is one simple pill, and I'm talking about your probiotics, but this is more than that. It's your prebiotics, your probiotics, your postbiotics, and your phages. Okay. This is a dual capsule. So it's kind of this funky little green capsule. You see a liquid in here. You see a green inner capsule in here. I have kind of a picture I tried to print. Again, my printer was being weird. This is what it sort of looks like if you were to magnify up. You've got an inner capsule, you've got another fluid here, you've got an outer capsule. And that is because you want a high quality probiotic, but you also want prebiotics to feed it so that those microorganisms will colonize. You want postbiotics to get it nice and robust and healthy, and you want phages in there. It's got prebiotic fiber. Now, this has 24 probiotic strains. It has four um, phages in it. It has one postbiotic strain and all that prebiotic fiber. So it is a full package in just one capsule a day. So you can take this any time of the day and know that you are getting your gut health balanced, but your microbiome is not just in your gut. Your microbiome is on your skin, it's in your lungs, it's in your organs, and you need these healthy organisms to keep things balanced. So what kind of things does this affect? Well, especially in your gut, it's going to affect your immune system greatly. It's going to affect your digestive health, and it's going to hugely affect your mental health. Did you know that most of your neurotransmitters are actually made in your gut, and you have to have a healthy microbiome to make your serotonin and your dopamine at correct levels. So you really want to utilize this simple solution to make sure your gut health is good, but your microbiome as well. In fact, I'm going to tell you some testimonials here. One of them is mine. This one's my testimonial, and this will give you an idea. This is more than just intestinal gut health. So I actually had a really stubborn wart on my thumb right here, and it was there for a long time. And I've used oils to help with these before, but they weren't doing it. I used traditional treatment. I tried everything. This thing would not go away. It was aggressive. It was so frustrating to me, and it was painful. When doTERRA released PB Restore, I went on it, and within 2 weeks, this just fell off, was gone. I could not believe it. And I realized I had a compromised microbiome on my skin. And once I increased that, now, did this take care of the work? No, my body did. But I needed to repopulate some microbiomes so that those microorganisms were balanced and the healthy ones could kick the unhealthy out. Does that make sense? So it was shocking, and honestly, it has been so freeing for me because this, I was embarrassed of it. It was painful. It was affecting my hands. I was so happy and amazed to see what PB Restore did. I had another wellness advocate share with me. She said, had a customer who had a couple of little warts on her hands and one on her foot. She started taking PB Restore 2 months ago, and all of them have gone away, and she hasn't put anything else on them. And that was so confirming to me. My experience, my suspicion that it was going on this was correct. Here's another testimonial. I saw this shared by someone who said her hot flashes have completely stopped since taking this. So it balanced things out. It balanced her neurotransmitters, and that affected her endocrine system, her hormones, because she said she had implemented other things to reduce the severity of them, but it was PB Restore that was the missing piece for her. And she said, I am so thrilled. It's just so fun to see what resolves when we give our body what it needs to function the way it's meant to function. So that is foundational wellness. That is our nutrition and microbiome with three simple things, and that's your foundation. And now you can build from there on what we call targeted wellness. And this is just where you decide what your priorities are and if there's anything specific that you want a little extra support in. So that might be adding in essential oils for targeted needs. For example, you may use On Guard to really boost your immune system. Now you've got your microbiome good, but this is a really good oil to use regularly to take care of those environmental threats that you're coming across. Boost your immune system. You want to have maybe some breathe around in case you are fighting something off. This opens up the respiratory system. So these are tools you have in your house you can grab in the middle of the night when something comes up. Okay, so we're using the foundation to reduce the amount of things that are coming up, but when they still do, we have tools to address them in the middle of the night that are really simple. If you have a digestive issue that comes up, you're going to want to have your Digestin. These are just some of the most popular oils that are part of what doTERRA calls the 12 foundational oil collection. Digestin is for all things digestive. So you get a little heartburn, you get a little indigestion, you feel nauseous, your bowels are having, some struggles. This is the oil you're going to grab for. We even use this teeny little bit diluted on my little granddaughter when she is struggling to get things flowing. And it is amazing. She's just 4 months old, and that has been a really helpful oil for her. If you're really struggling with stress, maybe feeling anxious about things, then you would probably want to have these tools in your home: balance and serenity. Oh, and one more, adaptive. So serenity, awesome for sleep if you're struggling with sleep. And then balance for stress and for keeping mood fluctuations a little more in the normal range. And adaptive is really going to be the one that helps you calm when you are having anxious feelings. Wonderful oils for that. Lavender, we call the Swiss Army knife of the oils. And I used this just the other day because I had a little encounter with a yellow jacket. It was not fun. And I was amazed, even though I've used oils for 13 years, my first time using it for that purpose. And I had so much instant relief. It was amazing. Really great for all things skin. So if you've been out in the sun a little bit too much, very soothing. Um, I've had a few incidents with boiling water on my skin in the kitchen or with a curling iron that didn't go so well, and this is great relief for that. Also very relaxing, and it also helps with sleep and with feeling more relaxed. If you struggle with body discomfort like joints or head tension or sore muscles, then you're going to want to utilize Deep Blue. The oil, we have it in a cream, we have it in a stick. You might want to use Copaiba with that. That's also a wonderful essential oil for that. These are just a few examples of foundational oils that you use for targeted wellness. So that's the strategy that I recommend taking. Get your foundation in place every day with your three foundational hero products, your foundational wellness bundle, and then pick and choose based on your goals. What targeted needs do you need with oils? Or do you just want a toolkit of the 12 foundational oils in your home so that you have what you need in an instant, in the middle of the night? If you have a child that's struggling with something, you have what you need. It's really helpful to have those tools in your home. So reach out to me or reach out to the wellness advocate that is helping you with doTERRA, and we will make sure to help you bundle what you need at the cheapest price, and we'll get you that wholesale price if you want to get started today with your foundational wellness, your foundational oils, so that you can target any specific needs for you or your household. We would love to help you. Now let's get you entered into the giveaway. By the way, tag those that you think could use this information. They can get in on the giveaway as well. Oh, that's not. I was going to show you the 12 oils. Well, there, I'll let you see those. These are the 12 foundational oils here. Wrong piece of paper. I'm going to give you the link for the giveaway is this, I hope it's not backwards on the video, but I will read it to you. It is bit.ly with the dot after the T, bit.ly/ wellness giveaway link. Now, it's case sensitive. So capital W on wellness, capital G on giveaway, capital L on link. I'm sorry, I'm not typing it out on this because then people cheat and they just enter and they don't watch the video. And we want to honor those of you who took the time to watch and learn. So it's bit.ly/ wellness giveaway link with a capital W, G, and L. Go ahead and type that in and put your info in there so we know who you are, a little bit of feedback, and then we will be announcing the winner on July 25th. So you have a little bit of time. And the reason why is we've got a foundational wellness class on the 24th. You can actually go and attend that. It'll be on Zoom, and we're actually going to do a testimonial night. So you're going to hear some amazing testimonials instead of our normal science learning class. We're going to do testimonials. If you come on and join that, you can enter a second time. And then we'll be posting the winner in our Facebook group where you can learn all things doTERRA and foundational products and foundational oils drop by drop. If you're not in that group, please let me know and I will get you added. Thank you for coming and learning about foundational wellness, and congratulations ahead of time to whoever our winner will be of this amazing, it's an exclusive limited time diffuser. You can't normally buy it. By the way, it's my favorite color. I love turquoise. I'm tempted to keep it. It'll look so cute in my house, but I'm not. I'm going to give it away. All right. Have a wonderful, healthy day. I'm so happy to get to be a part of your wellness journey.